Alrighty then, greetings everybody and welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail video. Now, before we get into the video, let me just yawn. Holy! Damn, that was a pretty good yawn, right? So, with that being said, with putting that to the side, right? I actually wanted to talk a bit about the current MOC and to be more specific, the new boss, right? Before we get into it, I want to say a couple of things. Number one, if you're unaware, HP inflation is still on the rise. The current MOC 10 for this MOC has more HP than an MOC 12 from 4 patches ago. That's like when Facial came out. I could be wrong. Maybe it was like when JQ and Facial came out at the same time, same patch. I don't know who came out in that patch, but regardless, that's a huge issue. And it's not by a tiny amount. It's by like 1 million, 2 million, if I recall correctly. That's bad. That's really bad. And just wanted to point that out. HP inflation is a huge issue, and I'm actually going to be talking a lot or a bit about HP inflation because, again, as I just said, it really is it's big. It's massive. It's a main factor to why power creeping is actually as abundant as it is. That and obviously the characters, but more so HP inflation in my opinion, right? That's just my opinion. So, and I just really wanted to get that out there. And number two, thank you guys so much for the amount of support. It's actually very massive and huge, right? I believe my channel has been growing. I mean, I was gaining. Crap, why am I wording things is the easiest thing ever, but I have so much trouble with it. My channel has gained 30-ish subscribers in the last like 3 days, two-ish days. Huge thank you to everybody. That's actually mind-blowing. This is the fastest that I've ever grown, so I just wanted to say huge thank you. It's very shocking and very surprising. So again, I just love you guys so much. If you are new around here, please consider liking, subscribing, and joining the Celery Army. Thank you guys so much. We hit 1.66k. Mwah. Massive thanks and massive poggers out in the chat. So with that being put aside though, let's get into the video and the topic at hand, and that's HP inflation, the new MOC, pros and cons are that it's a lot to talk about and I don't want to get overwhelmed. So I do have notes. I have a Word document. If I sound very robotic at times, it's because I'm reading. I am a horrible reader and I need to focus when I read. If you are new around here and are unaware, I'm kind of on the slow side of the spectrum, I guess is what you can say. So please do forgive me if I sound very robotic, right? So let's get this shit started already, shall we? New pros and cons regarding the new boss and a bit of MOC, right? In my opinion, I really do feel like this boss is yeah. It's starting already. Okay, take two. In my opinion, I really do feel like this boss is in the step in the right direction. It really does feel like a boss. This boss has a gimmick that you need to follow, and it plays out like how the game should be played. And what I mean by that is, well, one, the boss feels really tanky, beefy. You really feel the aura when the boss comes in. Like it's insane, right? That's what I mean by it feels like a boss. It's everything how the boss is designed and the way it's played out, it feels nice. Now then, what do I mean by it plays like how the game should be played? Simply put, you see the weakness typing of the boss as you guys can see it right here on screen, and all you gotta do is just, all right, put whatever character is, you know, a DPS in that type, and you just play the game. Use the character in their best team, or if you don't have the best team, their second best team, whatever is best for you, and you should be relatively okay-ish, right? Obviously, I do want to say this for the dum-dums, right? This is a gacha game. Obviously, Ugly is going to prevail. She's the newest character. In gacha games, the new toy typically is outperforming everybody, right? That's just common sense. So please do not make that an issue, or you know, a topic of an issue. Wait, what the fuck? Just don't say some stupid ass shit that like, oh well, Ugly, this MOC is catered towards Ugly, because it really isn't. But it's gonna feel like that because Ugly performs well. She really does, and I'm well aware of that. What the main issue in this MOC is more so HP inflation than anything else, because this boss is played like how it's supposed to be played. The boss has a gimmick, and you can't just simply pay your way out of this gimmick. No, because even ugly struggles. I think I got like a 2 cycle, 3 cycle, 4 cycle-ish clear with ugly. Whatever. The gameplay footage is on screen, so you guys will find that out, right? It's ugly is still struggling, and that's how it should be. The reason why this is also good is because when you're getting the a 0 cycle, if you want to do that, it feels more rewarding. This boss feels like an actual boss. It's how the game should be played. You're supposed to have trouble. You're supposed to struggle, but there's issues towards that. And again, a huge factor to that issue is HP inflation and some gimmicks of the boss. Personally, I do feel like, similar to how I think it's Yang Qing, I could be pronouncing his name wrong, the ice guy, if you break his little swords when he summons them, they just die. In this boss, they don't, like when the boss gets your soul and you break them, I feel like they should just like die right there. But I could be just spitting bricks, like spitting ass out my mouth right now. That's just my opinion. I really do, because I actually used this with DOT, and my DOT was clearing at a relatively fast rate. Mind you, I don't have Kafka's LC, I don't have Ron May's LC, and you're going to be seeing on screen here that I cleared the first half like in 2 cycles, I believe, and the second half I was clearing really fast. I mean, not clearing, but I was, you know, taking a lot of action. But the main issue was that when you break the boss, his little, like when he takes your soul, you break it, it doesn't, you know, just blow up. You gotta like kill it. And I feel like that could be worked on in the future for future bosses, because killing it just to do damage, now that's an issue. And maybe that wouldn't be as much of an issue if a little thing called HP inflation wasn't that bad, right? That's a huge issue, right? horrible. This boss has like what, like 20 million, okay, I'm tweaking, but like 8 million HP. That shouldn't be the case. It really shouldn't. I feel like a character like Zila, when she gets buffed, because she will get buffed, I feel like she'll perform exponentially well if the buffs are one good and HP inflation is toned down a bit in this MOC. I really do feel like it. And I do want to say one thing that's another con to this boss is obviously this boss rewards players that hyper invest in a team. I'm gonna be showing footage right now of someone from my Discord. They cleared this boss with a relatively low cycle clearance rate, if memory serves me right, with a doctor ratio. Mind you, Eidolons were obviously in use. I believe their Sparkle was E2, and I believe they have more Eidolons. I could be wrong, but I definitely do remember the E2 Sparkle. Everybody has the E2 Sparkle. A boss shouldn't, or any point in time in the game shouldn't reward players that have. Alright, editing celery here. Before I start talking, just bear with me, because I'm basically going to be saying that the grass is green, right? I'm going to be cutting off a part of the video because in this part I was basically just saying that the game shouldn't reward players for grinding and having Eidolons, and I kind of worded that incorrectly, and I don't really know how to word it correctly, because as I said, it's literally me saying the grass is green. So what I'm going to do instead is actually compare the talking points of HSR now to back then. Back then, getting an Eidolon was never really a necessity, or like, oh, you should definitely invest, right? Now it's kind of like, oh yeah, you should invest. And I feel like that's kind of, I'm not gonna say predatory, because I don't think it is. I could be wrong, right? But it just rubs me off the wrong way on how now getting Eidolons is kind of a norm or a talking point when it shouldn't be. Eidolons should be a premium experience for the rich, right? And you gotta remember, this is a casual game. The more, like, the vast majority of people that play this game are casual players, are free to play. Like, I'm pretty sure out of the 150 or 47 members in my Discord server, there's only like 3 whales, right? Or 2, I believe. And not like whales, but like they just have like 1 E6 and that's it, right? And you could include, I don't have an E6, but you could kind of say that I'm a quote unquote dolphin or fish or something, whatever the fuck you want to say, because I spent a couple $100 on the game, right? But well, I mean, I'm a YouTuber, so whatever. Plus I get rewarded and all that. Whatever. That's besides the point, right? It's really hard to explain, right? Because it's just weird. Obviously, when you grind your ass off and you have perfect relics due to 1, taking your time and grinding, and 2, luck, Yeah, you know, obviously it should be a lot more easier, but ultimately everybody should be having the same casual experience, right? The fact that I could have a better casual experience than somebody that has an E0 acheron shouldn't be the case. I have an E2. I struggled. I took like what I think 4 cycles on this boss. I think 4 or 5. I'm pretty sure 4. It was on the previous video. I forgot, right? What was I saying? Oh yeah, I took like that long, which is that's not the issue, right? Me taking long isn't the issue. What's the issue is that I had a more casual experience because I had E2. But if I had E0, I would have had a far worse experience. That's the issue. That's just horrible. Shouldn't be the case. And I'm gonna keep this long because I want people to, you know, with a brain to actually hear my point and not just fucking impulsively comment, because that has been happening a lot. So if you're the type of person that listens before you speak, thank you. If you impulsively comment, you're fucking stupid, bro. Holy, get a grip. But yeah, hopefully I explained that correctly. Or hopefully you guys just could get the gist and understand what the fuck I'm trying to say. Because again, it's literally me saying the grass is green, and I understand that, but there's a reason why the grass is fucking green. All right, it's really hard to explain, but there is a point, there is a valid point and reasoning. So thank you if you understand. If you don't understand, maybe somebody in the comments would help you, or maybe you could comment it, and I'll try to explain it the best of my abilities. Hopefully. Back to the video. I mean, everybody could feel that this is a boss, but one thing that's like blinding people from that is the fact that one, HP inflation is still a thing. I feel like another thing that could still be worked on is the fact that this boss has 2 stages. Maybe tweak that out a bit, you know, give this boss just 1 stage. Once you kill it's done. Or just again, just lower down the HP. Like, bro, like I really, like, I said this in a previous video like a month or 2 ago, and people were disagreeing with me. And now that this boss came out, I could confidently say that this boss is, 1, a step in the right direction, and now 2, the main culprit for why people are struggling isn't the boss itself, but fucking HP inflation, right? It's just horrible, right? And I do want to say this. I guess another issue with this boss, but that's going to be a thing for any MOC. That's just how gacha games are as a whole, is that there's always going to be a cater towards team. The reason why I'm saying this is because I want people to know that I'm aware of this, but you need to be aware that that's how gacha games, or to be more specific, how Hoyoverse games are, you know. Here's the new content, now here's the new character. This character excels really well in the new content. That's how it's always going to be. And I mean, it sucks, but I don't think, like, I don't feel that's the main issue. I feel like HP inflation is a huge issue, and I can confidently say that this boss should highlight that, because the boss is perfect in my opinion, as bosses should go. Well, maybe not too perfect, but it's a huge step in the right direction of how the future bosses of MOC should go. There's just other issues that are overshining that, and that makes the experience really bad for casual players, because a lot of us need to understand, because wait, what the fuck, why did I say that? A lot of us need to understand that gacha games, or to be more specific, Honkai Star Rail, it's supposed to be played casually. I literally play this game every day. I get that. There's some things that I don't play, like I don't even do my dailies, but whenever I play, I just play, I do my dailies, and I get off, right? The only time I'm playing for a lot longer is for a video, and that's because I'm a YouTuber. But if I wasn't a YouTuber, I would be giving this game the woo-wah treatment. I literally only play woo-wah like once every week or 2, like twice a week, and I get off, right, for like a month. Like, I mean, so sometimes it's a weekly thing, but I mean, whatever. Same with ZZZ and other gacha games, right? It's just, like, the only reason why I'm as competitive or as active on Honkai Star Rail is, 1, because I really do love the game, and 2, my channel is about this game. Let's be so for real, right? But I mean, whatever. That's, I guess, besides the point. This game, I mean, not really. This game is a gacha game. It's supposed to be played casually. This shouldn't be the case where casual players are struggling a lot for something that they shouldn't really be struggling. And again, HP inflation is a massive factor in this. So with all that being said, I think I'm gonna end the video here. I'm pretty sure I went over my points, what I really wanted to talk about and spit out, right? If you got mad over this video, you have an issue, a serious issue, because you shouldn't be getting mad over an opinion. It's been happening so much. It's actually insane how people get mad over opinions. But yeah, as usual, join the Celery Army, join the Discord, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your personal thoughts and opinions on the topic at hand. And for that being said, see ya. Thank you for the views.